And a very good, what is it? Tuesday morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Joe Benigno back with you again. The Older Pain. And boy, there's a lot of that podcast. It is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. The Joe Benigno, The Pain podcast brought to you by the Hackensack Brewing Company, by Anita Discount Tire, and our latest good friends at the Carolina Resort Vacation. What is it? Right now, if you are a Jet and a Met fan, I mean, you got to be beside yourself. You got to be as aggravated as you've ever freaking been. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I am disgusted right now as a Met and Jet fan as I've ever been in my lifetime. I've been a Met fan since the day one in 1962. I've been a Jet fan since 1965. The disgust is above and beyond. I mean, there's no other way to say it. You know, we'll start with the Jets. We'll start with this. You know, I hope Aaron Glenn and Darren Muhi, whatever the hell his name is, did not buy and rented, because they ain't going to be around too long based on what we've seen for the first 4 games of the year. You know, all we heard from Aaron Glenn, okay, we're going to be this disciplined football team. We're not going to make mistakes and yada, yada, yada. And there's going to be accountability. If guys make mistakes, they're not going to play, and all this bullshit. Because that's what it is. Because Aaron Glenn looks like anything but an NFL head coach right now. I mean, anything. And what a disgrace this game was last night. They lose to the Dolphins 27-21, and you knew the game was on. Let's be honest, Jet fans. Let's be honest. You knew the game was over when, after the Jets were down 3-0, they held Miami to a field goal on that opening drive. They go right down the field. They're kicking the Dolphins in the teeth, running the football. They're gashing them. The offensive line is killing the Dolphin front. And then Braylon Allen fumbles going into the end zone on the 3-yard line. You could have shut your freaking TV off right then and there, and you knew the damn game was over. I mean, let's be honest. You knew it. Mistake after mistake after mistake. And then you see Glenn on the sideline, you know, getting in the face of Al, and he's like giving him a kiss. How about freaking screaming with? Yeah, you're talking to him. How about screaming to the guy? And don't even let him in the game again. And he got hurt again, returning a kick later on in the game. I don't know, you know. And where is Breece Hall? Can Breece? I mean, really? Breece Hall should be carrying the ball 25 times a freaking game. They should be throwing the ball to him out of the backfield. They don't even do that. It's like they're trying to phase him out so they don't have to pay him, and they just let him walk at the end of the year. Really, you wonder. What a joke. I am so freaking disgusted with this franchise. I don't. Where do you? I mean, the penalties, 13 goddamn penalties in this game last night. And you know, look, let's be honest. The officiating was horrible. I mean, you know, there was a couple. There was twice in this game where Justin Fields gets hit out of bounds, like 5 yards out of bounds, and they don't throw the flag. Where's the penalty? Tua, on one play where he was sliding as the guys are trying to tackle him, they got to do something about this, because as he's going into the slide, what do you want the defensive guy to do? Jump over him when his momentum is all going one way? And, of course, they threw the flag on, I forget who it was, they threw the flag on the Jets there for, you know, roughing penalty on the quarterback. Of course they did. How about the pass interference call against Garrett Wilson in the end zone? Really? That cost him a touchdown. He barely puts his hand out slightly for separation. How many times have you seen wide receivers in the NFL? And this is a premier receiver, okay? This is not some third-rate wide receiver in the league. How many times have you freaking seen this happen and they don't call it? And, of course, they called it on Wilson last night. How about the play with Tippmann? And it was also a holding penalty on the Jets. Of course there was. How about the play with Tippmann? He got hands to the face. He gets his helmet knocked off. Reminded me of freaking Chris Ward and Lyle Alzado. And no call. They call holding on the Jets, but no call on for hands to the face on the freaking Dolphins. What the hell was that? Who's the official? Craig Wallstad? Another stiff in the league. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Really, I am so goddamn disgusted. 3 fumbles in this game. How about the stiff kick return on Williams, okay? Right? Remember, he cut Gibson, who fumbled in the Pittsburgh game, right? and rightfully so. Is this guy going to be around? We're actually back in the game. Somehow, this game is only with all the mistakes the Jets are making, right? 2 fumbles in the first half, the penalties. Somehow, right before halftime, Nick Folk, and he's just a tremendous, the Jets should have never let him go. He's the best kicker they ever had. Hits like a 58-yard field goal, 56-yard field goal, whatever it is. And they're only down 10-3 going into halftime. And you're saying with all the mistakes that they've made in this damn game, they're only down a touchdown. And we're getting the ball to start the second half. How about that? Let's go, right? Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on. This Stiff Williams, the kick returner, right? First of all, he should have let the ball, the kickoff was going out of bounds. He shouldn't even try to handle it. It would have went out of bounds. The Jets would have had the ball on the 40-yard line. But no. He returns it. It's actually not a bad return. And what does he do? He fumbles the second half kickoff. Leads to a Dolphin touchdown. We're down 17-3. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then later on in the game, this same Stiff, okay, Williams, and he should, if this guy's back on the team, I mean, there should be an investigation. He calls for a fair catch on the 2-yard line on a punt. What are you doing? The ball's going to go into the end zone. What the hell are you doing? How is this guy is this guy back on the goddamn team? Oh my God. I'm telling you, man. How do we root for this team? They stink. They're 0-4. Are they going to win any games? Are they? I mean, it's amazing. And it's not like the quarterback has not played bad. He stunk in the Buffalo game. He wasn't bad last night. He did have that one fumble, that 4th down play where he fumbled. I don't know what the call, that was a ridiculous call too, but whatever. But the Jets stopped them. They got nothing. Somehow the crummy defense stopped them there. They got nothing out of that fumble. You know, he had this crazy 40 on a 4th down and crazy 43-yard touchdown run. He looked like Barry Sanders on it. He threw some good passes. He did. He threw that touchdown pass at the end where Wilson made just an incredible catch on it for a TD. Of course, it was much too little too late. You knew they would never get the onside kick. I mean, but it's unbelievable. Penalty after penalty, pre-snap penalty, delay of game, false start, on and on and on. Turnover. And then they never do they ever force a damn turnover? They've gone 4 games now without taking the ball away. 4 games. And yesterday, twice the ball was on the ground. One time when Tua fumbled, no Jet to be found anywhere near it, right? And then later on in the game, when the Jets still had somewhat of a chance, Quinton Williams strips, I think it was a Kane, or however you say his name, the running back, A-Chain, whatever his name is, knocks the ball out. Is there anybody there to recover it? Of course not. Of course not. And Miami recovers the goddamn football. 4 games without a takeaway. It's unbelievable. And let me say this too, okay? And I got a T-shirt on of his, and I got his jersey and all of this and all this crap. Is there a more overrated player in the NFL than Sauce Gardner? Because I don't know who that guy is. He got beat for a touchdown. Darren Waller. This guy, I thought this guy retired. First game he ever played for the Dolphins, he caught 2 touchdown passes, and beating Gardner on the first one, which was also, by the way, a 4th down play. And then he recovers the onside kick at the end of the game. This is a guy that mailed it in when he was on the Giants. Mailed it in. And he's back killing the Jets last night. And by the way, Tyreek Hill looks like he's out for the year. It looked like he tore his ACL. And you feel bad for him, and I feel bad for Malik Neighbors as well at the Giants. But it is what it is. This is football, and this unfortunately is a major part of the game. But getting back, I mean, this was typical Jets. And Aaron Glenn last week after the debacle in Tampa, right? He has the nerve to say, "Well, it's not the same old Jets." Well, yeah. What do you mean you're not? 13 penalties, 3 fumbles, never force a turnover, right? And you're telling me that this is not, fair catches on the 2-yard line, and you're telling me this is not the same old Jets? Of course it is. When are they ever going to win a game? How much more can we take of this crappy franchise? They're the worst franchise in professional sports. It's not even close anymore. Give me whoever you want, the White Sox, the Rockies. You give me the team, the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. We can go on and on about bad teams in professional sports that stink, right? On and on and on. Is there any franchise worse than the Jets are? Is there? The longest drought in North American sports without making the playoffs? Are you serious? I'm sick and tired. I'm so disgusted with this freaking franchise. And when does it ever get better? They play the Cowboys this week. Cowboys aren't any good, but they play the Cowboys this week at MetLife. The place is going to be 50,000 goddamn Cowboy fans there. You know they are. I am livid this morning between the Jets and the Mets. I am freaking livid. And how else can you not be? And Aaron Glenn, sure as hell, does not look like he's the guy that's going to lead us, out of the abyss that we've been in for all these years. It certainly don't look that way. He certainly doesn't look like a guy that's going to be coaching the team in 5 years, dare I say 10. Are you kidding? He's going to be lucky to get 3. Typical Jet coach. He stinks too. Oh, my God. Mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. I'm sick of it, man. Jet fans, you got to be sick of this. You have to be. There's no other way to say it. You got to be sick of it. And if I'm Garrett Wilson, I'd say to myself, why the hell did I re-sign with this franchise? Tell me why. Because my buddy Fields is here. I mean, why? Why would I want to play for this crap? You're never going to win here. You think you're ever going to win here? Are we ever going to win a game? How many games are we winning this year? 4, maybe? Are we? We're already 0-4. 0-4. They stink. They're the worst team in the league. I'm sorry. The Saints are 0-4. Tennessee is 0-4. I mean, are they really worse than we are? We get to play the Saints this year. I don't know if we play Tennessee. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I'm so freaking sick of it. I'm sick of it. If you're a Jet fan, you got to be sick of it all. And Aaron Glenn's up there. He looks clueless on the goddamn sideline. This guy, Steve Wilkes, is defensive coordinator. They stink. The secondary's horrible. Tua was picking them apart all the time. Every goddamn third down, it seemed like Miami was hitting. That's what it seemed like. Everyone. They scored a touchdown on 4th down. Like I said, Darren Waller out of the mothballs, with Sauce Gardner all over him, and he catches the touchdown. Of course he does. Unbelievable. I don't know what else to say anymore. I really don't. Where do we go? What do we do? Where are we? We got no other receiver outside of Wilson. What else do we have? Alan Lazard stinks. I mean, he stinks. He had a penalty last night. Yeah, he had an illegal shift penalty or whatever it was, like illegal formation penalty on him. He stinks. We got no other guy. Mason Taylor, the rookie tight end, looks okay. He had a pretty decent game. He caught a few passes with his father sitting up in the box there and all of that. He looked all right. But I mean, we got him. But he's a possession guy. What do we have on the other side of Garrett Wilson as a wide receiver? We got nothing. They never throw the ball to Breece Hall out of the backfield anymore. Would he catch 1 pass last night? Maybe 2. Unbelievable. I just don't know what to say anymore. I just don't know. It's really incredible. You watch these games and you say it's the same old, same old, same old. Every mistake you can make in the book. Unbelievable. 10th straight loss, by the way, to the Dolphins in Miami. 10th straight. And they stink too. 10 straight losses to the crappy Dolphins down here. That's that clown McDaniel, the head coach. He looks like he just walked off the. I won't even say. I don't want to get in trouble. Unbelievable. What a joke. Really, I can't even. I can't even begin. I'm so disgusted. I'm so disgusted with the teams I root for. They just continue to stick it up our ass. They really do. No, they do. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's unbelievable. Year after year after year. The worst organization in professional sports, the New York Jets. And you tell me where it's getting any better. And this head coach, you think this head coach looks like he knows what he's doing? Does he? Accountability? Not gonna accept mistakes. You're not gonna play for me. Let me tell you right now, if every guy that made a mistake on this team was let go because he was making mistakes, like Glenn said, there'd be no players. We'd have nobody. He'd be playing. I'd be playing. Joey and Clark would be playing. Kenny would be playing. Scarabaggio, Ira would be playing because we'd have no goddamn players on this team. I'm sick of it, man. You're a Jet fan. You're a Met fan. We're going to get to the Mets coming up. And that stiff general manager, what a joke he is. We'll get to him. But it is a goddamn disgrace. I am so freaking sick and tired of the same old Jets. And that's what they are. That's what they are. I'm done. Like the great Mark Levin says, I'm done. All right, let's get to the sponsors. Hackensack Brewing Company. We'll let you know when the next live podcast will be. We don't know yet. We'll let you know if there even is going to be one. If you need work done on your car, you know where to go. Need a discount tire, Rivervale, New Jersey. See my son Johnny, see Harry, everybody over there. You need work done on your car inspected, you need tires, they will get it done. Beautiful Rivervale, New Jersey, Westwood Avenue. Tell them Benigno sent you. And our latest sponsor, and we want to thank them so much, the Carolina Resort Vacation. You plan your next getaway, North Myrtle Beach. It's raining down there now. I guess they got the hurricane or whatever. I guess remnants of it, whatever. But anyway, looking for the perfect vacation spot, check out Carolina Resort Vacation, OBLV Unit 2 in beautiful North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. My kids were down there. They had a great time when they were there. It's got 5 spacious bedrooms, each with a private in-suite bathroom, a low convenience, a fully stocked kitchen ready for family meals or group cooking nights, arcade-style gaming table with 150-plus classic games, smart TVs in every room, entertainment for everyone, steps from the beach, minutes from Barefoot Landing, mini golf, Ripley's Aquarium, all the golf courses, the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk. The unit is freshly renovated, spotless, spacious, perfect for family trips, group getaways, relaxing retreat by the ocean. Whether you're soaking up the sun, exploring the local attractions, just enjoying time together. OBLV Unit 2, Carolina Resort Vacation. Make your every trip unforgettable. North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, comfort, style, location, all in one. For information, call 843-249-6509. Visit CarolinaResortRealty.com to learn more and start planning your trip today. 843-249-6509. All right. Benigno, the Oda Pain podcast. Now the other disaster that I root for, and that's the New York Mets. What a freaking disgrace. What a and isn't it so typical, Met fans, that we come down to the last goddamn day of the season, and again, it's the Marlins, as always. We come down to the last day of the season, right? We need help because we need Cincinnati to lose, and we need to win to get into the playoffs. Well, of course, Cincinnati loses, but so do we. 4-0. They can't even score a damn run in the game. Not even a goddamn run. Unbelievable. The manager's taking Manai out with 2 out in the second inning. He couldn't wait to go to the bullpen. Couldn't wait to put that stiff Ryan Stanek in the game. He stinks. I mean, how the hell is Ryan Stanek continued to be on the team all year? He better not be on this freaking team next year. I don't see how he is. I really don't. It's unbelievable. Not a damn run. And on Sunday, as you're watching that disaster, when Pete Alonso with the bases loaded hit that laser beam to left field that was caught by the left fielder, you knew the game was over. You knew they were done. It was over. Soto had a chance for a big hit. He had 2 guys on. He didn't do a double play. I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. We could go on and on and on. He pinch hits for Tyrone Taylor late in the game with that guy Jared Young. Really? What? Are you kidding me? What are you thinking about? And I like Carlos Mendoza, okay? And he's already said that he's coming back and, all of that, bringing him back. That's fine. I got no issue. But the clock will be ticking on him. But the clock's really ticking on the GM because he's the guy that put this team together. I am so sick and tired of this guy. He thinks he's smarter than everybody. All his analytical BS, it's all crap. He put this crappy team together. You know what? This is New York, David. This guy's supposed to be a Met fan. Who the hell are you kidding? And how are the Brewers done since he's left? They look pretty damn good. They got the best record in the National League this year, don't they? I am sick and tired of this guy Stearns. I really am. I can't stand him. I didn't like him from day one, and I sure as hell don't like him now. He screwed this team up. He signed Frankie Montas, who everybody knows sucked, for 2 years and $34 million, right? Right? Every one of these guys. Senga killed us. Senga crapped out. Manaea crapped out. Peterson crapped out. All the freaking moves he made at the deadline, right? They all stunk. Rogers, Soto, Hensley, these stiff relief pitchers. And he doesn't, when the team was desperate, they were freaking desperate for a starting pitcher. Did he bring a goddamn starting pitcher in when the season, when they needed one desperately? Of course he didn't, because he's so damn smart. Because I don't want to it's an organizational thing. We want sustained winning. Where the hell is the sustained winning, David, huh? I don't want to hear. Develop what? And why'd you wait so long for McClain and Sproat and the kid Tong to come up? Why'd you wait so long? At least this kid McClain, he looks like our opening day. He looks like our pitcher. That's it. We'll see what these other kids are. But this guy didn't make one trade for a starter at the deadline and brought in all these stiffs. And how about that other stiff he brought in too, Cedric Mullins? How bad was he? Could you be any worse than him? Could you stink any worse than Cedric Mullins did? I am sick of it. I'm sick of this freaking guy. Yeah, I know they brought Soto in, okay. You know what? If it was up to Stearns, he probably wouldn't have brought him in. And if it was up to Stearns, they would never re-sign Pete. And I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, God.
I'm going to tell you right now. They better freaking sign Pete Alonso. He already opted out, and of course he did. Why wouldn't he? He got totally disrespected by the Mets last year, and even the contract they gave him. Why didn't they give him a long-term deal? Why? Why didn't he do it? Why?
Because he wants him out.
Because Stearns don't want him. Because Stearns don't want him. 38 home runs, 126 RBIs, 41 doubles. He batted over 270 this year. He was our best hitter with runners in scoring position. I know he's not. Yeah, Keith Hernandez defensively. We get it. They better freaking sign Pete. He's the best position player we ever had. He's going to go by David Wright like he's standing still. He's the all-time home run leader. You better get this guy signed. And this is on Steve Cohen. This is not on the genius from Harvard. This is on Steve Cohen. Sign Pete Alonso. And I wouldn't even let you should be talking to him now. Giving him a long-term deal. He's got to be a Met for life. And wouldn't you love it if he winds up playing in Yankee Stadium for the Yankees? That'll look good, huh?
Not at all.
What a disgrace. And you better sign Edwin Diaz, too. He's only the best closer in the league. For all the shit that we had in the bullpen, okay? And I'm sorry I have to say it that way, because that's what it was. For all of that, he's the best relief pitcher in the game. He's one of them. He's in the top 5. Probably top 3, maybe number 1. You better freaking sign him. I am sick and tired of this franchise, too. Because what if they give... Think about this, okay? All right, I know the Mets have actually been to the World Series 5 times, and they've lost 3 of the 5. And we haven't won a World Series since 1986. That's going to be, next year that'll be 40, a nice round 40-year number without winning a World Championship. And all they've won is 2 in their history. Do you realize that as bad as the Jets are, okay, as bad as they are, the Jets have been to the playoffs more than the Mets have. More than the Mets. What? Really? The Mets came into existence 2 years after the Jets. The Jets have been to the playoffs 3 more times than the Mets have. I think it's 14-11. And just like the Jets have never been to the playoffs more than 2 years in a row. What a freaking disgrace. Now you look at this team. Francisco Lindor, right? Another terrific year for him. 30-30 year for Lindor again, right? 80-something RBIs. Soto, when you look at the numbers, they look great. 43 homers, 105 RBIs, 127 walks, 100 and something runs scored, 9 something OPS, right? 38 stolen bases. Oh, yeah, it looks great. Did he get one big hit all year? Did he have one defining freaking moment all year, Juan Soto? And the answer is no. And I'm not saying I don't want him. And obviously, we got him for the next 1,000 years. I mean, that contract is untradeable. But he didn't get one big-time hit all year. He had a big chance in the game on Sunday, and he hit into a big double play with 2 guys on. Oh, his exit velo was 120 miles an hour. Oh, joy. Oh, nobody hits the ball harder. Do I really give a damn? We just mentioned the kind of year Pete had. Even Nimmo had a solid year. 25 homers, 92 RBIs. But you know what? Everybody on this team, not named Lindor, Soto, or Alonso, or Diaz, to me is expendable. Everybody else. Everybody else. I've had enough of Vientos. I've had enough of Alvarez. I'm telling you right now, Francisco Alvarez, I can't take the guy. And how about when he struck out in a big spot, 3-2 pitch on Sunday, chases the ball 20 feet outside, and then he breaks the bat over his leg. Oh, great. Big deal. Am I supposed to be impressed by that? And he's another guy that gets hurt all the time. I am sick and tired. I'm telling you, man, I am sick and tired of it. I really am. And the biggest culprit is this general manager, okay? The typical modern baseball geek GM, right? Mm-hmm. Went to the Ivy League, so he's smarter than everybody, right? They all go to Harvard or Yale or Princeton or Cornell or, wherever the hell they're going, Dartmouth, Penn, wherever. They're all smarter than everybody. Well, you ain't so goddamn smart, David, are you? And you better get Alonso signed, and you better get Diaz signed. And that's really all I give a damn about in this offseason. I really don't. Do they got to fix the pitching staff? Of course. Thank God we got these 3 kids. You got to go out and trade for a big-time starting pitcher. You got to find a big-time starter that's going to give us almost 200 innings and be a reliable guy. All right? Frankie Montas, Sean Manaea, Kodai Senga, David Peterson. I've had enough. I've had enough. We've all had enough. I'll give him one thing. Clay Holmes actually turned out to be okay. And in the biggest game all year, he pitched his best game on Saturday. 6 innings, 1 hit ball. Maybe you got something with him. Finally, maybe that's worked out. But I am sick and freaking tired of this collapse. How many times have we seen it? This was worse than 07 and 08 because this has been a slow. I hate to use this with the temperature in our country right now. Okay, where guys with rifles shooting at people and assassinations are acceptable. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Murder.
But this was a slow freaking bleed out, right? That's what it was. 38 and 55 since that fateful June 13 night, and we all know what was going on that night, and that's when the karma changed. It was a karma change, and I fully believe in karma. Okay, you call me crazy, call me whatever you want to freaking call me. I fully believe in it. And when you mess with karma, you're going to lose. Call me crazy. You can call me whatever the hell you want. Yeah, I am crazy because I root for the Jets and the Mets. So how goddamn stupid am I? Unbelievable that this team is not in the playoffs. And let's be honest, by the end of the year, the Marlins were better. The Marlins were a better team than the Mets. They were. What was their record since June 13th? I think they were over 500. 17 games under 500 since June 13th. 38 and 55. Think about that. Sucked. Right down there with the Rockies and the White Sox. And the Washington Nationals, who, oh, by the way, stuck it right up the Mets' ass as well. Beat them 4 of the last 6 games they played them. How'd that go? Including the last 2 games of the year at Citi Field. What a disgrace. Over 3 million fans this year at Citi Field, and boy, did we get hosed. Boy, did the Met fan get screwed. And I got to hear Stevie Cohen. He's apologizing. You know what? Get rid of this stiff general manager and bring somebody in here, will you? How about it, Steve? Get rid of the goddamn boy wonder. I am so disgusted with these teams. I mean, you can't be any other way. You can't be. If you are a fan of the Mets and Jets, you are disgusted today. You've had it. You're sick and free. When does it change? It never changes. Never. And I say this about the Jets all the time, and you could say it about the Mets too. You know, you can change, you can change the uniforms, you can change the owner, you can change the players, you can change the manager or the coach, you can change the facilities, the training facilities, we could go on and on and on. You could change the stadium you play in, right? The MetLife and Citi Field, you could change whatever you want. The results never goddamn change. Never. Two freaking losing organizations that all they ever do is stick it up your rear end and break your heart. That's it. The Mets and the Jets. Linked forever in infamy. That's what they are. They've given us nothing. 3 championships, and for once from 1960, the other from 1962. One 40 years ago, and one that's going on 60 years since they won. Just totally freaking disgusted by it all. I really am. Complete and utter disgust with these two teams. There's really nothing else left to say about it. Really nothing else left to say. And one other note. How about this asshole, Roger Goodell, okay? Because that's what he is. He's as big an ass as there is. What is this? Who is this guy, Bad Freaking Bunny, that is going to be the halftime entertainment at the Super Bowl? What is that? What are you doing? Are you serious? Boy, oh boy, man, he is really sticking it up the rear end. Let's realize who the people are that made the NFL what the freaking NFL has become. Okay. All right? And I don't want to get into it anymore. But we thought last year's halftime show was a disgrace.
Yeah.
Okay? That was a freaking disgrace. This is worse. Bad Bunny? Are you kidding, Roger? How about getting your girlfriend, maybe your girlfriend Taylor Swift? How come you can't get her to do the goddamn halftime show? Why not? You kiss her ass, and you love the fact that she's the freaking fan of the NFL and bringing all these people who can give a damn about football to watch games, right? What a disgrace. Can't get her? Nah. Why would she? Why would she want to do it? And you get this guy, Bad Bunny, that nobody heard of. This is the halftime entertainment at the Super Bowl? What a slap in the face it is to the fans of the NFL, to the people who made the NFL what it is. That is a freaking slap in the freaking face from Roger Goodell. I got other words I would use. We'll just use asshole he is. You are the biggest, you are a massive a-hole, Roger. That's what you are. All right. Everybody enjoy the rest of your week. Unbelievable. I'll be all over the place today. I'll be on with Evan later, Jake Osmond, all of that. God bless America. God knows we need it. God knows we need it. And all the love to everybody. I really, and just to all my Met and Jet brethren out there, I don't know what to tell you, man. We deserve a lot freaking better than what we've gotten. Amen.